Good talk, everybody. Thank you for coming. It's an early stream for me. It's good to see you all. Hopefully, you're all doing well. Well, sorry about last night that I had to cancel it. It was just very late and we couldn't get anybody to be quiet and actually sleep, even though it was like almost 11 o'clock at night. The children were still awake, radio's still blasting crazy, and people are still uneasy, so unfortunately, I couldn't get it right to stream last night, but I'm here now. Good to see you all. Glad you could make it. Um, don't have really anything planned or anything right now, but hopefully someone comes on. I don't know what I've missed this weekend so far, but I have to tell you, been having a good time here, sort of, for what we can with the situation and all. We rushed to get here and then found out my mother-in-law could only get they missed her file or something, so they could only reschedule her for tomorrow for a operation. But then we ended up last night. At least they said no, she can have the operation today, so that's a good thing. So at least she can have the operation before we head out later this evening. So that's cool. Hey, Ida Hill, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Jenky, what's up? Glad you could make it. Yes, the Earth is definitely flat. It's great to see you all here. Glad you could make it. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm on my phone. Um, Still a bit dark here though, because it's still a bit early. So don't have my camera on, but it's good to see you guys. And I hope my children is not making too much noise in the background there. I don't have anything really planned right now. It's just, as you said, there was just let's be serious kind of thing. But but yeah, it's good to see you guys. If anybody wants to hop in the chat, let me know. Let me get the link. I'm gonna stick it in the chat there for you guys and paste. There we go. So if anybody is interested to come and chat, you're more than welcome. It's glad to have you guys here. You guys are all cool. Huh? Sorry, my children's talking with me. I wonder what time is it on the plane there by you guys? Because I know everybody's got different time zones. Um, yeah, it's 7:30 in the morning though, so it's not that early. Still okay. It's good to see everybody else is sleeping, but yeah, it's early if you ended up going to sleep at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock this morning. So yeah, enjoying it. Got a nice 5 hour drive back later, so it's going to be quite exciting. And then I will definitely be streaming tonight again, guys. Back to the normal schedule at 9 o'clock Central African time, doing a proper show. It's good to see 9 people in, guys. Hit those likes. Really appreciate you all. There's the link if any of you want to come in and have a conversation. We'll see what happens. And then I want how Washington State 10:30. Okay, so it's still. Are you guys ahead of us actually? Because I think that's 10:30 in the morning. Might be at night though. Let me check. No, it's difficult to check here because I'm in the browser. Ah man, shame. Yeah, because on the way here we actually had to rush, and then we ended up sitting behind an abnormal load for like 40 k's. It took us an hour and a half to drive 40 k's, and then every time we wanted to get somewhere, we ended up being behind a slow guy that wants to drive 14 120 zone or something. It's like crazy. 10:30 p.m. Okay, that's quite cool. It's not too late though. But it's good to see you, Ida. Thank you for coming. It's weird because sometimes you're not sure if anybody's actually gonna be available or awake or anything to know that the stream is on. But anyway, yeah, like I said, so we rushed to yet because we were supposed to see her before she goes in for the operation kind of thing. And needless to say, yeah, it was we took it just in time. Yeah, I had to rush a bit in some places. Um, but it was fine. God protected us, and we got her early, just on time to get to see her in. Luckily, she didn't. They postponed it, like I said, so we got to see her in time. Yesterday, I got to see her a few times, and then today we were able to today at least. But the children weren't here today because she's going this morning in for an operation. Then we can see her before we leave to go back to the bush. Nice, nice 5-hour drive again. Hey, Emilios, good to see you. Glad you could make it. Hope you are all doing well. Today. I'm used to saying tonight. Today's just chill. Just chill chat for now because I don't really have anything planned. I don't have any, how can I put it, normal things to say or whatever. It's just a update and chat and see how's everybody doing. Hopefully someone will come on and actually have a conversation about the flat earth. That'll be quite cool. But yeah, if we can keep to what I said, let's be serious with the thumbnail. I did see Jack of all trades, the guy not understanding the meme, but okay. What's up, Betty Parks? Good to see you. Glad you could make it. So I didn't really have anything planned. So I just said, let's be serious. And I just saw an old meme I have on my phone and stuck it on there. And that was that one of the carrot. And it showed people with experiments. Under the surface, they have a whole load of knowledge and about a particular subject, and then you show the people with a PhD, which on the surface it looks like they actually know what they're talking about. In the meantime, they don't have any experience in the field. That's what that whole meme's about. The guy doesn't understand this though, because he's a ignorant clown. And he tries to say, "Oh, if you understand, yeah, that big carrot is corrupted. It's based on bad soil and all different GMO stuff." And it's like, oh, what's wrong with these guys? It's crazy. Yeah. So if anybody wants to come in, let me know. I'll paste the link in again. We can have a conversation. We can chat about really anything you really want to. I'm only going to go on for about an hour anyway because it's the longest I can go on, unfortunately. But like I said, I will be having a proper stream tonight, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's going to be great. Oh yeah, Planner Walker's got back to me as well and DMing me and stuff on on Discord. So should be interesting. Maybe we can have a discussion with Planner Walk sometime about the things we definitely do disagree on. I do, however, I don't want to really invite Planner Walk until I've prayed about it properly and stuff, because I do feel it's very spiritual when it comes to him. I don't think the guy's a bad guy. I just think he is very deceived and he's blind. Yeah. Nike, how quick is to see? Several off. So yeah, it's a hard situation because there's some people definitely on the anti-flat earth side that you think are just deceivers, you know. I don't think Planet Walker is one of them. I think he does have a deceptive side to him, but I think that's more based on his faith towards the globe Earth, I think. Yeah. Hey, no longer on a ball. Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. You want to maybe come in for a little chat, man? It'd be great to have you on. But yeah, I think Planet Walk, guys. I think he needs prayer. He's really lost, and it's sad to see him going down the route he's going. It's also sad to think that people think a person's transphobic because you are just stating facts, and I can maybe be a bit harsh on some people, or maybe I agree with that, but I grew up in a culture where you're like straightforward, you know. So if I'm straightforward to the guy, I'm like, hey man, you know, it's not healthy to try and change something you're not, to try and be something you're not. I'm going to say it. That's how I am. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, it's just that situation. But yeah, hopefully we can get Panda Walk on sometime. I'm just gonna pray a bit more about it first before I try to get him on, because I want to say the right things to the guy. Obviously, I don't think he's going to change anything, because he is set fast in what his channel is and all he does and everything. So yeah, what's up, Shifty Eyes? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's good to see you. I saw an interesting thing though. I wish I wasn't rushing so quick to get you. When I was watching like the sun setting while we were driving here Friday, and I was seeing because it was nice and dusty and stuff, so it like filtered out a lot of the atmospheric effects um, of the sun, so you could see it with your bare eyes, which also shows the angular size. And if I wasn't driving, I would have been able to take more, take actual observation photos and videos and stuff. But anyway, while I was observing the sun going away in the distance while we're driving, I was able to see it changing angular size as it was moving away and going to the convergence at the relative horizon. And at a stage, I saw it go a bit smaller, and then I saw it go bigger again as it's getting magnified, as it's getting very close to the horizon. So that was quite cool. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to see as well. But what nice about all this is where I am now. They call it the Platteland, flatlands, for a reason, because you can see for miles and miles away. It's like practically flat. Uh, yeah, we do definitely live in a flat Earth, but I don't know. If you think about it, why do the people have such a hard time understanding when you say the Earth's flat? It's it's a horizontal flat plane with topography on it. They think because you say it's flat, therefore gotta be like ice rink, for instance, flat. There's no bumps or curves or anything. That's just not true. The datum, the whole form, you could say, is flat. It's a horizontal. Then it has divots and mountains and topography on it, which gives it that features. So it's really, it could be strawmans that they're trying to play at us like this. You never know. But yeah, what can we say? Yeah, right before your bedtime, you guys are probably gonna fall asleep while you're listening to this. Then it's not that exciting because I don't really have anything to talk about tonight, or for you guys tonight. For me this morning, it sucks that I couldn't stream last night. It was just really too hectic. We wouldn't got anything done, heard anything. But it's good to see you guys, by the way. Really appreciate everybody. Actually, this gives me a great opportunity to just shout out to everybody. I just want to shout out to all my patron supporters. You guys are really, really awesome. Sticking through this thick and thin and supporting the channel really, really is awesome. Sincerely, I much appreciate you guys. You guys are really cool people. I do pray much blessings for you, my members as well. Thank you for all the support on the channel. You guys don't understand how much you guys really help this channel, and also all the people that has bought merch. It's good to see. I've already had like six sales on my merch so far since I've opened. So it's not much, but it's getting there. You know what I mean? It's you wouldn't imagine that you'd even be able to sell any merch for anyone. So it's really cool. I really appreciate you all. And then I'm going to give a major shout out to the people that support me on PayPal, because you guys are awesome. Really, it's I mean, PJ, huge shout out to you, man. He gave enough to be able to help with the petrol for this weekend, because thanks to you all that supported him on his GoFundMe, he went over his budget, and he decided to bless me and Roger with the rest. So I really, really want to say a great big shout out to PJ, blessings, and to everybody that helped support his GoFundMe, because it it helped a lot to pay for the petrol so I can come this weekend through. I mean, it's a 5-hour drive, so it's not a cheap drive. My car is not really that light on fuel. So it's cool. Really appreciate it, guys. And then I want to say thank you also to everybody that helped support the GoFundMe for my mother-in-law's operation. That's the reason I'm here in town, yeah, for the operation. She's also really, really grateful. She says thank you very much. We were able to at least raise enough to be able to pay for a caregiver for a few weeks. So really a big shout out to you guys there. Thank you, because now we know someone's able to help her to take care of her and stuff for the first 2 weeks. Because I mean, obviously she can't walk a hip replacement's not a something to that's taken lightly. But yeah, it rocks to see you guys. I just want to say thank you. That's all I want to say. You guys are all really awesome. Then also I want to ask anybody, are there any suggestions you want me to do differently on my channel that you think will maybe make it more pleasant for you guys, make it grow easier, or just make it more tenable for anybody that wants to be here? Because I am trying to be as inclusive as I can to as much people and ideas, but sometimes it's difficult because yeah, some people are just I don't know, really weird, obsessed stuff. But it's good to see you guys. Really appreciate you. Like I said, um, I am still working on my documentary. My documentary is hopefully going to be finished in about a month or two. I am trying my best. Is a part-time thing I'm doing, so it does take extra time. I still have some interviews I have to organize and talk as well. So yeah, really looking forward to that as well. The interview section. There's just so much information I have to pack into that documentary that it takes a lot of time. But yeah, Valley Park. Funny thing is, I'm laid up right now. Can't wait. It's good to see you. And T2L2, yo yo, what's up? Thank you for coming. Glad you could make it. It's good to see you. Oh, my battery seems to be going down quite quickly. I'm not used to streaming on my phone anymore. I forgot to put it back on charge after I took it off last night. So it is 55% now, but it should last at least an hour before we end the stream. So that's quite cool. Anybody interested to come and have a conversation? You can talk about anything you really want to. It really doesn't bother me. It will be cool to have someone to actually converse with, because it feels weird to just sit and look at the phone and just talk to a phone. Like, yeah. That's actually something I've never really got used to that much. Talking to a computer or a phone or something. But I think you do get used to it, but it's not fully used to it. It still doesn't really feel that natural. You know what I mean? Yeah, Valley. I was guessing you're talking about Walkman. Yeah, walking's overrated anyway. Shame. Oh yeah, and then I have a huge shout out to my daughter. She took part in her first ballet solo competition, and she got a high gold. It's the highest prestige you can get in that competition, and it's based on international standards, because it's for nationals. And well, yeah, she's got her national colors now. She got a high gold, which is really impressive. To think that she's already got her national colors at the age of 8, it's insane. They even had to place her in a higher age category because she was closer now to 9 and 8, so she was competing with the 12-year-olds and stuff, which is really awesome. So yeah, she did really well on that. And then in September sometime, she's going to be going for an international to represent South Africa. So that's going to be really awesome. Wish I could dance like that, to be honest. Oh, 2 people are in. No longer the wall. Hey, dude, sorry, I didn't see you.
Hey, what's up, brother? How are you doing?
Good in yourself. It's good to see you on, man.
Great.
I saw your stream with Josh Monday, that podcast the other day. Actually, very good, man.
Oh, nice. Very
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
a little
Josh
nervous
rocks.
to do that one. Yes. Yes. Josh is awesome. Yeah, he's such a good guy. Yeah, I really appreciate him letting me on there like that, because I'm just, an amateur when it comes to all of these things, Bible study and everything, but I'm trying. But
I think
yeah,
you did
it was,
well, man. I don't think you have anything nervous to be about. You're quite knowledgeable as well. So
oh, thank you. Yeah, I've
yeah,
been, digging into all these things. I wanted to do another study on the Bible topics, actually, and that is what happened, where did the name of God go and Jesus go, or Yeshua, or etc.? where did those all go? Why are there so many names? How come it's all screwed up? How come the word Lord was replaced out with the God's true name like 7,000 times in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
et cetera, on that topic? I want to do a study on that.
Yeah, that'd be an awesome thing because yeah, it has been something that has been changed all over. But remember, like the Bible says, there's power in the name. So
Hmm?
so I think it's them trying to water the name down as much as possible, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But
Yes, I do.
unfortunately, they don't understand it doesn't change the fact that God sees the intent of your heart. So if you're calling God out, even if you're saying just Jesus or Yahuwah, or even if you just say God, He understands it's towards Him. He reads your
Yes,
heart, not the name you're
I
saying.
agree. Right.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah, I've recently, maybe even long ago, I've heard that basically it has to do with preference of the Jewish folks. They intermingled into the Word of God to do that because they don't like us, folks having access to God's real name and things like that. So plus they don't like the idea of Yeshua being anything more than a prophet or something.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
So
Vladimir, what's up, man?
Hey,
Good to
Flats,
see you.
no longer on
Sorry
the
about
ball.
last
How you
night, man. I saw
gentlemen
you
doing?
also tried to schedule it.
Oh man, it happens. I understand. You're on a totally different continent, man, altogether. And so I expected. It's cool. So whichever
Yeah,
time works for
it
me.
was just too late last night. It's like I set up for as late as I could, but I mean the children were still awake. I only went to bed at like 2 o'clock this morning. So
Yeah. Nah, 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 nah. Uh-uh. Nah, man. But thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
yeah, it's good, good, good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. So did you stream at least or anything?
Tonight, today I didn't stream. I was this fucking close, man. I was this close. What I was doing though was I was tearing down the Urbano Monte map and I was making small translations. So I've got a few more things to cover with that map, and then my translations will be they'll be done for this specific time period that I've given myself to translate.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yep.
Ah,
Uh,
great,
to,
great, great.
Yeah, there was a lot of good information that a couple of guys posted. Like my lunch break had a amazing he had an amazing show today, and it was a live that he posted. And
Yeah.
he was talking about, how he does the old world. He was talking about tunnels, the tunnel system, right? And I know you guys were just talking about the synagogue of Satan. And one of the
Hey,
things that
yeah,
popped in.
sorry. Shh.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Sorry,
one of the
telling the children
it's
to
all right.
quiet down a bit.
It's all right, man. Kids is gonna be kids. But one of the things that popped into mind when he was talking about Urbano Monte was when he was talking about that was I was thinking about obviously the
Ooh, breaking up. But yeah, I'm breaking up again. But no longer a ball. Yeah, I'm traveling, dude. I drove because my mother-in-law was having an operation, a hip replacement and stuff. So we drove 5 hours out to come and visit her before she goes in operation. And hopefully, goes. Oh, he dropped again. Let's see if he's gonna. There we go. You back, man? Are you back, Iron?
always some craziness, man. Always some crazy. And I heard somebody had a surgery, man. Hopefully they're getting better on your end, Flats.
Yeah, yeah. She was supposed to have the surgery yesterday. That's why we
Oh,
rushed through Friday. Well, Friday evening. So that's how we rushed through Friday after work quickly. But
okay.
they postponed it till Monday, and that's tomorrow. But
Oh,
then we got the message last night. No, they postponed it. Not they rescheduled back for this morning. So
okay,
that's
okay.
great. At least my wife's so happy because she was so stressed she couldn't see her before the operation. After, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
I bet that's a lot on your plate too, man. So to be doing that and then making it in time to go ahead and stream. Whew.
yeah,
I
yeah. I'll
got
be
hectic.
streaming tonight. I'll definitely be
Yeah.
streaming tonight. So normal time, because at least we can leave at about 3 o'clock, so we should be home about 8.
Hmm.
It gives me about an hour quickly to get the children ready for bed and all that stuff, and then
Oh, okay.
it's gonna be
Right, right.
rushed, but yeah, I'll do it.
Them kids. Hello. Did I lose y'all?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
I,
there.
I was like, them kids don't sound like they'll ever be ready for bed.
No, it's morning now, and I mean it's
Oh,
also
okay.
my
That's right.
sister-in-law's children as well. With it's like, so
Okay.
it's 5 crazy little children running around, going crazy everywhere.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The sun's out, man. Sun's out, kids out. So, but yeah, man.
That's why I started streaming it, because I actually set this up for this morning at 9 a.m.
Right.
But my daughter came at like just before 7. Pa 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 pee pee. So I had to take her to the bathroom, and then everybody woke up, made coffee for
Yeah.
them, and
Okay.
that's why I said, ah, let me stream her.
Yeah, let's do it now. Okay, yeah, man. But yeah, so if you hadn't checked out my lunch break, my God, he had such an awesome stream today. And like I was saying, when he was talking about the underground tunnels, right? Like instantly, the first thing that came to mind was the issue that's going on in the Eastern Med between Palestine and Israel, and how Israel keeps talking about
Mm-hmm.
how they got all these tunnels and everything, right? And of course, like I was thinking about it, he brought it up, and I was like, wow, this is fantastic. Now, another thing I didn't know was that in Iraq they had a big tunneling system as well. So obviously, we're
Uh, yeah, but that's the way that they work, is with the tunneling systems. The
this is crazy.
If
Yeah.
you look
So
at
the tu-
yeah, if you look at
yeah,
Hezbollah, if you look at Hamas, if you look at all of them, they work through tunnels. They're
right,
very good
right,
tunnelers.
right, right. But the thing is so basically on his channel, what he was alluding to was that lots of these tunnels were already there. It's not like they just dug them overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like this tunneling system has been part of the history of what this world is. You understand?
I think some of them, but a lot of them they did dig themselves, because they did get money, which they used specifically for the tunnelings.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm sure there were definitely tunnels before.
But
If you think about warfare throughout the ages,
oh
tunnels
yeah,
were the way. I mean, even look at like the
the
medieval
Vietnam
times.
War. Oh yeah, yeah,
Let's say,
yeah.
let's even go back to the medieval times. There were tunnels and stuff under castles and stuff, because people needed to escape routes. They needed to get away
Hmm.
somewhere, even if their whole kingdom is on lockdown. So they
Right.
needed tunnels and stuff. So there's definitely tunnels out there, and that's why you see a lot of these underground civilizations that people have just disappeared. It's weird. I mean, you can go look at places where even today in Australia, I think it is, they got underground civilizations with like 3,000 people living underground, and it's like a
Mhm.
whole huge civilization.
And to add on to the crazy, we're looking in the Mid East region, right? We're looking in the Eastern Middle Eastern region. So, of course, you have Israel, you have Palestine, right? And their conflict, but you've got a tunneling system. Apparently, it's a huge tunneling system. You go
Mm-hmm.
up north, Turkey's got their own tunneling system. So there's a good
Mm-hmm.
chance that some of this stuff could be connecting there. But what he also mentioned was that in Iraq, and I remember this, it's crazy how he brought it up because in Iraq, this is something Donald Rumsfeld mentioned. He said they have a tunneling system for hundreds of miles. But then what
Wow.
the truth is that they have a real tunneling system for thousands of miles in that region. So now I'm looking the how close in proximity those places are, right? Let's
Yeah.
go to Afghanistan. We already know about the cave systems that they have. Caves in the mountains, mountains connected to the earth. Obviously, that's a possible tunnel right there or a series of them. And we already
Yeah.
know about the giants in those regions
Mm-hmm.
up in and around Afghanistan. So Lord knows what's living there. But I mean, then you have the big region in between, right? You've got
Mm-hmm.
Iran. I was sitting there wondering, is this probably why we want to get into Iran so bad? Is it possibly to get access to some of these tunnels and tunnel systems?
Never know.
Hmm.
Never know the propaganda behind it, but yeah, I mean, this also makes you think why maybe people are not allowed to really explore Antarctica.
Mm.
How do you
Hmm.
know there's not? Because I do believe there's still giants and stuff that do
Oh
live.
yeah.
I think they maybe live in Antarctica underground or something, or like very deep in where you're not allowed to go. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Uh, it,
But
it, people just say, "Yeah, you're just a conspiracy theorist." No, man. It's if you look at all the logic between everything in our history and stuff, what makes more sense? Hide the truth, with a little. All you do is It's like a hand wave, kind of thing, like a magic trick. Show the right hand and have behind the back hand. So yeah, no, there
exactly.
are no such thing as giants because even if you go look through how people are trying to teach people history, no, giants were just false. There's no such thing as a giant or anything.
Right.
But there's literal. There were skeletons in museums and stuff in the 1800s and stuff, but they don't want people to know this. I
Hmm.
mean, how many books, historical books, talk about the giants in lands and stuff? Even today,
Yes.
you get people that are abnormally large.
Yep.
It's not like it's some fantasy thing, but they try and paint it as fantasy. How do you know they don't have those kind of civilizations just hiding out somewhere?
Right. And I mean, you've got in the UK, those regions, you just have that entire area just littered with lore of giants. Not just everybody
Hmm.
automatically starts to, allude to Jack the Giant Killer, but then you have to think of what's his name, Cormoran, I think his name, right?
Hmm.
There's so many different giants that they talk about that built the not the British Isles, what those that island region, right? Whether it's Ireland,
Hmm.
Scotland, the Isle of
Oh
Man,
yeah.
all that. That whole place is littered with giants. And then you have the graves of giants in those areas too. Like there's so much lore about giants just in that region alone. And
Hmm.
so we don't even touch on it. I don't know why America just doesn't even touch on it. Like Lord knows what. Like really the only one we talk about is Paul Bunyan. Him and his blue eyes.
Yeah.
Like yeah, and Paul Bunyan is like a tall tale, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But every kid, at least as far as I know, has learned or knows the legend or the fables and stuff of Paul Bunyan, and that's as far as it goes.
Yeah,
Almost
but why do
making
you
it
think they came up with Jack and the Beanstalk?
right, and it was Jack the Giant Killer
Uh huh.
originally, and there was a lot of truth behind that. I'm not saying that that entire story itself was true, but even then, it's like wow, that like a lot of that is true. Exactly what is true in that story, I couldn't even tell you, bro.
But yeah, because I do, especially based on the Bible, um, that the Nephilim and stuff, the giants are based from demonic offspring. So I
Og of
think it is
Bashan.
their way, yeah, is their way of trying to hide them till when
Mhm.
it's the right time for them to come. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
at the moment they are conditioning people.
Mhm.
They're really dumbing people down as much as they possibly can just to accept things, and eventually they'll probably then try and bring them into society as normal.
Yes, yes. Just weed them right in and be like, "Oh, Shaq just had a baby with I don't know, Brianna, whatever her name is that got arrested by the Russians. I don't know. They'll say anything to make it fit, to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to have to wipe a lot of us out first and kind of dumb us down and then introduce them. But
Yeah, that's the
all
thing.
in
That's why they.
all,
Why do you think such a pushback on all so-called? But that's why they have such a pushback on all what they consider conspiracy theories. Because if
mhm,
you're seen as a conspiracy theorist, you are you are known as thinking for yourself. You know what I mean? You're not just
yeah,
following the flock of sheep. So
mhm,
you are able to show, okay, this is false. So they try and discredit conspiracies, you can say, as much as possible. This is, I think,
yep,
also one of the main reasons why they go against flat Earth so much because it's brought out so much people to see truth.
yes,
So
yes.
they we seen as a threat, and I think that's the reason they try their best to attack us from all fronts.
Well, what do you think about this? Check this out. We were talking about the tunnels and the systems and all that stuff, and that's like a mystery to us because we don't know it. But what do they keep throwing it in our face? And we know good and damn well a lot of it is bullcrap. Space and the
Uh
potential of
huh.
space and all these far-reaching places that we know good and damn well we ain't never gonna go to. You know why? They don't want us to pay any attention to this ground level. But if we pay attention to the ground level, we're going to be like, all right, we have a good grasp of what's going on up here. What about down there? Let's go figure out what's underneath our feet. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want us anywhere near there. So they're going to point us in the polar opposite direction. Up. Look up. Don't look down. Don't even pay attention to what's underneath your feet. You want to
Yep.
pay attention to what's up there. So that's like it's beautiful how they get us. I'm not even going to hate on them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hate on them because it's effective. It works.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
Hmm.
Uh, but I mean, even NASA, they started off as a marine company. They were exploring the oceans.
Mm.
Then one day they just decide, nope, nope, no more ocean. Let's go up to space now. You know what I mean? It's like,
Which is
well, why? Well, what the hell?
Yeah, which is funny because we have the NOAA right
Uh
now.
huh. No
And
way.
I
Yeah.
can tell you right now, the NOAA has alphabet people working with them. I used to live on when I lived in Hawaii, I lived on an island called Ford Island. So it's funny. I lived on an island within an island. So if you've ever been to Hawaii or anything, or anybody in the chat that's been to Hawaii and you visited the Arizona, the USS Arizona Memorial, that is where I
Uh-huh.
lived. I lived on that tiny island that separates, the
Yeah.
small island from the island that everybody's on, which is Oahu. Now, over there is where NOAA was, and they're the National North, or I think it's the North American Oceanic Observation, something like that. If you look up NOAA, their headquarters was on Ford Island. And
Mm.
you had like alphabet agencies. That matter of fact, I kind of yeah. I'm not even going to continue with what I'm saying, but I'm sure you could surmise through my actions and stuff like that. They're there. They're there. They are
Yeah.
there. So NOAA isn't too far removed from NASA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
makes
No, definitely. But I
sense.
mean, it's usually offshoots of brands from NASA. Um, but I I think that NASA is behind a lot of the deception. And when people say, "Oh, you guys are just obsessed with NASA," no, it's not to be obsessed with it. It's just they are like the building blocks. You know what I mean? That's the building block company. Just like you get the umbrella corporation, they're the building blocks for all the others. That's so NASA's like that building block. Ooh, it's dropped again,
Yeah.
and
You know
you're
my
back.
internet ain't shit. My internet ain't shit. I got that ain't
E-
shit internet, even though it's Starlink. My internet ain't shit.
yeah, I'm lucky because I use fiber at home,
Mhm.
so it's cable that, but even that gives issues sometimes. It's really weird. But yeah, I mean, like 90% of all internet is underground cable. So
Mhm.
weird how
Mhm.
that works.
Now, with the way Starlink says that it does function, is that you have to have the way I have it set up is I have this array, right? This big long ass. It's probably like a 17 by 15-inch like panel array, right? You lay it and then you have to point the long part towards the north. It has to point towards the north. And then, you get your phone out, you download the app, and then you scan the skies to see if it's supposed to function. Mine said basically, mine pretty much said, yeah, your shit ain't gonna work here, bro. It ain't gonna work here because I've got nothing but canopy around my house. You know what I'm saying? My
But
whole house
still,
is
it
covered.
doesn't. The canopy shouldn't make a difference, though. I mean,
Exactly. You know what I think it is? I think it's just like a super high and a super strong antenna. That
yeah,
it's a line
because
of sight issue.
yeah, because
Line
I
of sight.
think even Starlink is just I think it's a receiver
Yes.
belt. So I
Yep.
think it's just going around catching receiving signals and bouncing it back to more receivers.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's it.
It's all land based, actually, guys.
Yeah.
It's it's always been land based and it's always going to be land based. Obviously, you still get some of the receivers like Satelloons, like we said, the balloons in geocentric orbit or whatever, what
Mhm.
they call it,
Now
for
you
this.
see, now you do see some things in the sky. Like I'm not
Hmm.
going to sit here and say that they don't. There's nothing in the skies because some nights I've seen them, and then they'll track, and it looks like a bunch of stars, which I have an issue with because if the stars in the sky are supposed to be there for signs, seasons, days, and years, isn't Elon Musk essentially messing with with God's timepiece?
Huh. You never know because they are kind of making new signs in the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
Hmm.
yeah,
But
you see those, yeah, you see them tracking in the
hmm,
sky, just shoop, shoop, shoop. There's like hundreds of them, and it looks crazy. It's like, what the hell?
yeah, but you see, it's like they kind of anyway going against God's word because remember what God did specifically to the Tower of Babel,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and that's practically what they're doing. It's like God God stopped that whole thing, and now it's like they're saying to God, "Well, in your face, we're going to do it anyway again." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Why do you think? Why do you think unity is so important to these people? This one world religion, this one world understanding of everything,
From.
because they need to get a neuro. Weird, because I'm thinking like a Neuralink.
Mm-hmm.
Why they're pushing Neuralink and stuff with this transhumanism and all that? It's because then everybody can communicate on the same page.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
just like it was before the time of Babel. The Tower of
Yeah.
Babel was destroyed because then everybody is on the same wavelength and then more able to be godlike. Definitely,
Yes.
it's more able to be godlike then.
And so it's funny that you mentioned that because yesterday on the Ghost of Judah Tribes Flat Earth
What
Friday,
the ball? You still
we were
there, mate?
discussing, huh? Hmm? What's up? Are we alive? Did
Yeah,
y'all
yeah, he's
lose?
still alive.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So yesterday on the just to kind of go off of what you said on the Ghost of Judah Tribes Flat Earth Friday last night. Um by the way, if you guys don't know who he is, check out the Ghost of Judah Tribe. He's also a flat earther and he has Flat Earth Fridays. Subscribe to him. Um we were discussing how the chemtrails I was just taking a stab at it. I was like, I'm hearing that it's some kind of metal, like it's barium, right? Supposedly it's barium and it's mixed with aluminum. Um, and I don't know how conductive barium is, but it sounds like a metal. So apparently, barium is highly conductive, right? And so what I surmised was that potentially this barium that they're putting in the sky, right? They're probably using it as a screen to set up a project. But also think of it like this, just shooting from the hip. And this is all possibilities. None of it be true, or none of this I can actually true, or none of this I can that if you dope the sky enough with enough metal, maybe you can it would be easier to contact people with a direct energy
Mm-hmm.
or a direct energy weapon of some sort.
Yeah.
It's just some form of conduction.
Uh-huh. And if you have propagation for that energy to push out
Yes,
further, that's
yes,
probably also why they do spray the skies full of this rubbish.
exactly.
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 Mm-hmm.
So and so
But I
I'm
think that's
wondering,
also why they go out of their way. I think that's also why they go out their way to poison us with metals and stuff in our foods and
I
GMOs
was
and all
gonna
that.
say just that. Yes, I was like, I think the thing that the cocoa that people got recently, and then they started locking people up in their houses, and then they started erecting all these towers, or these extra 5G and stuff like that, so they could prep for
Mm-hmm.
6G because they're gonna use us, and apparently, because oh, geez, what's his name, Alan. Alan, geez, I forgot his last name, but he's a flat earther as well. And he posted popular mechanics, apparently on one of the later issues
Isn't
in
it Alan
popular.
Nordstrand?
Alan Nordstrand, that's it. Yes.
There we go.
Alan Nordstrand posted popular mechanics wants to use, they want to use people for 6G and use every
Uh-huh.
individual as you saw it, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, oh my goodness, Eureka. We're late, right? But it makes so much sense now. It makes so much
Yep.
sense. They pull us.
Everything's linked together. Everything is
Yes.
linked together. That's why I even say this Neuralink, this push for transhumanism, everybody getting sick because they're pushing metals and rubbish into our foods and the air. Yeah, it's like they want to use us for some kind of weird network.
Yep. Exactly.
Bear,
Exactly.
according to the National Library of Medicine from the government website, um, barium has a cardiovascular effects, such as an
Mm.
increased arterial pressure, abnormal ECG readings, blah blah blah. But I've heard that they basically use it to induce heart failure or heart attacks in lab animals and such.
Oh wow.
Oh.
So it's kind of
So if they
interesting.
wanted to cancel you a lot faster, all they need to do is hit a switch and
Yeah.
you're
Poof, and
done.
you're off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad because people think like when you talk about like the mark of the beast and the new world order kind of thing, then they say, oh no, you're talking rubbish, you're talking out of your shit. But in the meantime, if you think about it, they're building the blocks for that. They can
Yes.
give you a chip or something, and if you don't comply with them, they say, okay, fine, let's cancel you. Choop,
E-
you're gone. You know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
They have a million ways to they're quite effective. They have a million ways to do it. If they're like, all right, you know what? Well, let's go to the people that we can get immediately, and then everyone else that's straggling, we'll deal with them later. Let's get the ones that we could get right now.
Exactly. Yeah, it's exactly that. But I mean, it's the same principle that Islam works on. If you don't follow what we say, off
You,
with your head.
yep,
It's as simple as that.
you're done. Yeah, man. What a sick, twisted place we live in. What a sick, twisted place. We've got some sick, twisted leaders, and the people don't understand why nobody wants to vote. Like, yo, you're voting for evil anyway. So what's the use? Like, why are you wasting your time? You need to figure this out. And here's the thing: like these two jackasses aren't going to fix anything. Nobody's
Oh
fixing
no,
nothing. You know what I'm saying?
they're,
Like,
they're the same as they're just different sides of the same coin.
exactly.
It's just a show.
Yeah. Nobody's fixing anything. Like, people think that these guys need to do something. Like, nah. Like, we're it. We're the ones that we
Hmm.
need. We need to be the ones to figure it out so we could fix this stuff because they're not going to do anything. Now we're
Yep.
being led down the wrong. We're being led down the road to think that we got to do. We have to let them do it. Let them do it, and that they know that we're relying on them, and they know that they're not going to do anything. And so it's just
Well,
so it's like shooting fish in a barrel was so easy.
but why do you think governments are so against people being self-proficient? Why do you think they don't want people to go onto their own piece of land, have their own electricity, their own food? It's because they need to govern someone. If everybody's self-proficient, how are they going to govern you?
That's true.
I mean,
That's
even
true.
here in South Africa, they want to, if you get solar power and you're not on the grid anymore, they want to charge you a tax for this. It's like,
Yeah,
for what?
man.
You're not using any of your stuff, but you want us to charge us a tax, or it's seen as a criminal offense.
Yeah, like I don't understand that. Is it also in South Africa that you guys have energy problems where they'll
Yeah,
shut down? That
yeah,
that happens.
we had it really bad the last 2 years about where we had like a schedule time. They call load shedding, where they would say, okay, you guys are off now 4 hours, you're off, then you're on for 2 hours, off 4 hours, kind of thing. The
How
last
and
few
why?
months, at least, it's been going well. It's not off that much, but they've implemented a different kind of stage. They call it load reduction,
Right.
where certain towns that they seem fit just decide, okay, you're not going to have power now for 2 hours. They just put
Ooh,
you off. They don't give you warnings, they just put you off. And then they have even some places that they implemented like an inbuilt structure. If they say,
right.
okay, you're using too much electricity, they just stick your geese off from their
Wh-
side. Like that. It's like I've
Why
decided
why do they
you
do
using
that?
too much. I switch off your oven. I switch off your geyser. It's all linked to a system, and poor you if you wanna complain, that's your problem.
Dude, why do they do like I don't understand. Africa's got the most resources in the world. Why do they do that? You got everything.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In like 1994, when like the ANC came to power, it was still told to them, here's the money, you need the infrastructure for power, okay? Build nuclear stations, blah, blah, blah. They didn't. They took that money and they just, nobody knows what's happened to that money. It's just gone.
God.
And every time we keep getting tariff hikes, they're supposed to be building the infrastructure. Instead, it just disappears. I mean,
What?
in the last 2 months, my electricity has tripled in price. And I
What?
get less electricity than I used to. So it's insane. We're
It's
getting we're getting to a place where nobody's going to be able to afford anything anymore.
I don't know how people haven't just lost it and just gotten to the government and pulled them out of their houses by their ears.
It's insane. The problem is a lot of the people, the masses, are so stupid and dumb. They don't even know what's going on. They just vote for them again. You know what I mean? Or they just go and support the government. It's like, oh, they won't lie to us. It's like,
Oh my
yeah, okay.
God.
The same people that literally are pulling your clothing off you one by little in front of you, and you don't see this. Yeah, you're just an
Mhm.
idiot.
Jeez, and that's what I do, man, is I look at other countries and I'm like, if it's happening there, it's only a matter of time before they try to pull that shit here. But
Uh-huh.
we get it in our own different kind of ways, right? Where you guys might lose electricity or might not have electricity. Like our infrastructure is starting to break down in the form of water. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the water is becoming toxic. And I think a lot of people that have clean water are so used to getting clean water, they don't know what it's like to have dirty, fucked up water. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So me, I've been blessed my entire life to be around clean water, to have clean water, to have access to clean water, to drink it. But I see other countries or other places in the US that have issues with their water. For example, you have Mississippi, you have West Virginia, you have now Tennessee. Obviously, the biggest one, Flint, Michigan. That's like the one that everybody knows about. And these are problems that haven't gotten better, they're just getting worse. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it's happening here, but like nobody's fucking
Everywhere.
saying anything about it.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Even here, the water is really bad. I mean, we don't even I don't think I know anybody that doesn't go and buy water to drink. You have to
Right.
literally go buy filtered, purified water and stuff just to drink. You can't drink water anymore out of taps or anything. I mean, even it's like it's insane. They give the blue dots. I don't know if you guys also get that. The blue water drop dot test to the say it's clean water and all that. But even that, it's like you take that stuff. You see, it's like got cholera and stuff in it. It's like what the hell?
Oh my God. That's ridiculous, man. Like
No, it's insane.
we can't even have clean drinking water. There's actually a dude, his name is Moses West. I don't know if you ever heard of him. Black dude. He's a former US Army Ranger officer, right? And he built a machine. He built his original prototype was like the size of a Condex box. And what
Mm-hmm.
it does is it pulls the moisture out of the air and he produces like hundreds of thousands of gallons of water every day from this thing. And he scaled it down and he's made a smaller version of that big giant water production thing, right? And he's given it to the US Army. He's been
Wow.
giving his machine away. His name is Moses. It's funny, his name even is Moses West. It's crazy. I'm like, you
Moses.
can't, yeah, you can't make this stuff up. His name is Moses for crying out loud, right? And
Moses
just
of the West.
yeah, Moses of the West, or coming from the West, or heading to the West.
Mm.
And this guy builds these machines, and he brought it to Flint, Michigan, because he knows of the crisis and stuff like that. He brought one to Puerto Rico, to the Bahamas when they had their crisis. He brought one to the Ukraine when they had their thing, or I think he still has a few of them in the Ukraine. I don't know why he brought it there, but I mean, people that have water issues, he's been bringing it to. I'm like, you've got a whole continent in Africa. They got water issues all over the place, right?
Uh-huh.
Whether they have access to clean water or not in your continent, I'm like, yo, they could use those machines over there. They could use those machines over there.
Yeah, yeah. I see a comment from a CB which makes me think of, yeah, the tree huggers, the eco-friendly people. I think that is a big issue today. These
Was it?
what I call tree huggers. I mean, you can't even let's say you just go to a restaurant,
Hmm.
you can't even have a plastic spoon anymore. I mean a plastic what's it, straw. They give you a paper one, and it ends up like degrading while you're trying to drink or
Oh,
something.
you drinking?
Then you buy a cup of coffee, friendly, and the coffee's made out of plastic. The cup's made out of plastic, but the
Oh, and
holder's
then it,
paper. Like what?
yeah,
How's that eco-friendly? Or it's like what the
yeah,
hell's wrong with these
and
people?
then the plastic gets into your system and slowly
Uh huh.
poisons.
Yep. I mean that's why a lot of people are trying to switch to glass bottles and stuff
Oh,
because
it's
they found the plastics. They release very small pieces of
microplastics they call them.
yeah, and it's very bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's everywhere. It's especially because they're using recycled plastics these
The
days with
ones,
everything.
yeah, they're the ones making the world into a place to where it's inhabitable, and then they're going to charge us for it. It's our fault.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
our
it
fault.
is that way.
And then they're
That's
like, oh,
crazy.
you know what? You got to get into an electric car so you can save the planet. Or you got to get, and their thing is also to get rid of the heads of cattle so they could save the planet. I don't know if you've seen that. They've been slaughtering
No.
all these animals.
Oh no. Or for the
Yeah,
methane.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Cattle. I think it was either last year or it was 2 years ago where 5,000 cattle died in like Kansas at one time. You know what they said
Wow.
the excuse was?
Uh-huh.
They said it was the heat. The heat killed them.
Ah,
Yep.
it's
5,000
insane.
cattle died in like a day. They slaughtered
Look,
them all.
this so-called um Earth is heating up bullshit. It's nonsense. I
Yeah.
mean, Earth goes through cycles. It gets hot, it gets cold. That's why you have ice ages at some places. You have where they used to have a lot of fauna and flora, and then you
Yeah.
have places that are now ice ages that weren't. It changed because that's part of the ecosystem of the Earth. Now they're trying to use it and say, "Oh, look, see, it's getting warmer, yeah."
Warm now.
So
Yeah.
it's global warming.
Yeah.
No, global warming is so fast, guys.
Yeah.
It's
Like Russia has their permafrost is starting to thaw out, which
mm-hmm.
naturally now they have access to all this oil that once
Oh, are you there?
Earth do what it does.
Yeah, it's insane.
Hmm.
But that's why they always got to get a spokesperson like Greta Thunberg or something like, oh, she's a young, brave girl.
How dare you?
How dare you?
And
I'll
then
go to
people,
jail for this.
yeah, like,
And then in the meantime, they stick her in a truck and take her off studio somewhere and then pamper her and give her money.
yeah, exactly. She's living that high
That's
life,
crazy.
man. They fall for
Yeah,
that BS, man.
you just be the face. But that's how I believe a lot of these figures that they like in history, even Einstein stuff, was just the face. You know what I mean? He
Exactly.
wasn't. He had someone behind him doing this stuff. He was just the
Oh,
face. And it's always these weirdos they use.
hmm.
These
And
guys are usually
man,
mostly like pedophiles and perverts and
yes,
weirdos that they use to do this.
yes. And then it's like they get them in a corner. They pigeonhole them into doing those things. I don't know if you just recently saw. I don't know if you're familiar with Flat Earth asshole. Or Jake the asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you see that recent video that he had of Eric Dubé?
No, no.
Oh my goodness. Oh, let me see if I could get it up here. I could find it. I know I could find it.
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
want to say, yeah, No Longer the Ball was great to have you on, man. Sorry it's so late and stuff. We should actually organize a special stream. Obviously, it's going to be biblical, man. But
Yeah.
have a good night's rest. Thanks for coming.
Oh,
Hey,
nice. Yeah,
Jake.
that'd be awesome.
Jake, man,
Oh,
you
yeah.
take Jake. No longer on the ball. It's good to see you, brother.
It's all good.
Jake the butthole, my bad.
Uh,
But if you want to,
I've
if you want
been
to stick
called
around,
worse.
but yeah, if you want to stick around, can I share this on your screen if you don't
yeah,
mind?
you can share.
All right, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
yeah, I've seen that one from I think from Jake Dassel. Yeah.
Oh my lord, here it is, y'all. Let's share it real quick.
Let's show on stream. Here we go.
Hi! You know who I am? I just Just
Oh
wanted to
no.
talk about the flat
Because I've
Earth
seen this from Eric
and
Debay before.
drink,
Like, wow.
drinky, drinky, drinky. I'm a wino. So
What the hell?
at first,
Even as a joke, this is fine.
Mark really liked Patricia, and then I had this idea, and I thought, wouldn't it be dreamy if I could steal Mark from Patricia and have him myself, Flat Earth King and Queen? I want a piece of that.
Oh Lord.
So I invited Mark.
Insane.
Yeah, I think
That's
we get the point.
What the hell?
yeah.
I guess I did
That's
see
like
that.
I saw like that thing a while, but I haven't watched the whole thing. And I think it's a bit overboard. You know what I mean? Don't you think it's like, you know,
I
when
don't
someone
know.
tries
That's
to act like something in the meantime, it's how that might really be.
I guess, man. Like that made my stomach hurt just looking at that. I was
That's
just
wow.
like, oh man. Like he's hard to reach. He doesn't necessarily do any flat earth or anything like that. Not debates, but rather interviews or anything. He
Mm-hmm.
starts talking about like soul traps, this and everything but the flat earth. I find that rather strange. And he's
Yeah,
hard to reach.
he doesn't want to talk to the flat Earth community. He only wants to talk to people that want to hate on Christianity and on biblical worldviews. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell's wrong with this guy? I mean, I appreciate the things he's done to get people into flat Earth,
Yes.
but when it comes to spiritual things, I think the guy should be as far away from it as possible. I don't think people should even engage with him with that. It's
Yeah.
really bad information. The guy knows sweet bugger all.
Yeah, he's man. Like, yeah, like just like you said, man. Thank you for Eric Dubé for bringing me into the flat earth, but this is where the bus stops, man. I'm getting off right here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
it is. I wonder what kind of situation they got him in to be doing that on tape. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
These
Yeah, you
people.
don't
Alright,
know.
good
What,
night,
what
guys.
shady background he might have that they might be blackmailing him, kind of thing. You do this kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No longer on the ball. Oh, he's gone. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
think.
He says he's gonna go to bed. So,
Yeah,
and my
yeah,
battery is also flat now. So gotta
yeah,
go.
man. And it's that time. For me, it's that time. It's 2:27 right now. It's almost
Oh
two.
yeah, you better get to bed, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's The
Well,
Witcher
it was
now.
great having you on. Thank you for helping me actually have content for the stream.
Oh man, that's man. Anytime, bro. Anytime, straight up. And family, I appreciate y'all for having me on. Thank you, Flats. I appreciate you,
Ah,
man.
you rock. Yeah, I'll see you guys
All
in
right.
all tonight, normal time.
Yes,
Definitely
sir.
have a proper stream again.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. You got it.
yeah, yeah.
All right, brother.
Blessings, man.
All
You
right.
rock. See you
You
later.
as well,
Sleep well.
man. Yup. All right. Peace.
Cheers, cheers, man. Cheers, everybody in chat. Thank you for coming. Hit the likes, share the show, and may the